Well, even though bread is an integral part of our lives, there is still significant marketing and brand awareness initiatives that go into it. And so we went on a journey beyond the flour to chat all things marketing and impact, where care, purpose and quality come together. For that conversation, I was joined by Vilosha Soni, the Chief Marketing Officer at PepsiCo South Africa. And I asked her what the company considers when marketing bread.
When people are looking for bread, they look for the functional things, right?
Yes.
So they look for the freshness, the softness, the expiry date. Those are the top 3-4 things that they look at. But like with everything else, whether it's the shoes you wear or the brand of mascara you wear, or whether it is, the soap that you have in your home, it's that extra factor. It's that emotive thing. It's what gets to your heart. So, you could drive a certain brand, a luxury brand, and you could choose between 3 or 4 of them. Yeah. But you'll go for the one that really speaks to your heart. And I think the magic in marketing bread is letting consumers know what that little bit of extra is. And for us as Sasco, that's the care that we put into our product.
Do you know what warmed my heart today is seeing Sasco Sam. I hadn't seen Sasco Sam since my primary school days. And when we actually went to the primary school, seeing Sasco Sam, that really tugged at my heartstrings, because I'm like, I love Sasco Sam. So I was incredibly pleasantly surprised. And it was also really great to see that the kids even now actually love him. And I'm wondering if that is maybe a signal of, because the fact that it speaks to so many generations, that it speaks to Sasco still keeping its core values since even with the shifting generational dynamics.
Absolutely. For a brand that's 95 years old, we've kept things at its core that still work. So yes. I won't tell you how old I am, but growing up on the north coast of KZN, where we are at the moment, I remember being visited by Sasco Sam. And I remember what that does to my memory structure, right? And I think so many marketers today forget that you have to keep re-recruiting consumers. So it doesn't matter that mom used to buy it or Gogo used to buy it. It actually matters that you've got some sort of connection and that this brand pulls at your heartstrings. And that's how beautiful brands stay generationally relevant. And I think that's some of the secret sauce that Sasco's been onto in keeping Sasco Sam relevant, not just with, granny and mom, but keeping it relevant with kids that are in primary school today.
Amazing. I mean, although we are, speaking about, the more things change, the more they stay the same, there are some things that do change. And what I've noticed, and it's not just even with bread, it's with a lot of products, the premiumization of products. And I've actually seen in some of your products, premium slices. What exactly does that speak to?
Okay, so I think let's take it back, even with Sasco Sam, right? Yes. So we engaged with Sasco Sam when I was in school, and it was a very linear engagement. Yeah. But these days we've developed other things to take it digital as well. So we keep the engagement going, but we make it relevant for the audience, and we keep it generationally relevant. When we talk to premiumization, when it comes to Sasco, so we have a range of bread. So it's the everyday slice for the consumer that needs the number of slices that they're looking for. Yes. It's very important that you've got 6 people in the household and you can get out as many sandwiches as you require for a lunchbox. And then there's those consumers who want that little bit more. The gourmet sandwich with the toppings. It's a little bit squarer. It's a little bit of a thicker slice. It's a little bit fewer slices that come out of a 700-gram loaf. So we've also catered for that in our premium white and brown bread. Over and above that, we've taken it to the next level. And we've got a range of seeded loaves that we also sell. Yeah. And on the seeded loaves, the oat and honey is my favorite. It's just stuff that you don't find every day. And it makes bread extra special. It makes it delectable. It makes it something you go out and actively seek rather than just going, I'm hungry. So that's some of the premiumization work that we've done on the Sasco range. It's finding occasions and finding an opportunity to make bread relevant in more consumption occasions.
Yes. And I mean, listen, from even just the talks that we've had today, and from everything that we've seen with what you're doing with the schools, we've seen that it's Sasco is not just about brand awareness. You're also about impact. And of course, the slogan or campaign that you have is people who care make things better. And you also have the Siyasizana initiative. Just highlight for us what this reflects and what forms the foundation of these commitments and investments.
So I think if you remember to what Cornell spoke to, right? He spoke to the 3 C's and he spoke to the 2 P's, right? Yeah. So our people, the planet, communities, consumers, and customers, right? That's at the heart of what we do as Sasco. And I think if we talk about Siyasazana is about when you're a bakery, you impact not just the land that you're on and the people who walk through your gates, but we saw that 68% of our employees come from surrounding areas. So we impact the communities that we live in. But we also impact the communities in more ways than one, right? We impact them through employment. We impact them through making the area around our bakery safer, more inclusive, providing infrastructure. We partner with schools in terms of feeding programs. But we don't just want to feed you, because if we feed you for today, right? And Siyasazana has been at the heart of what we do with children in South Africa. Now, why children, you may ask? Because we could have chosen a bunch of.
Yes.
Because children literally are our future. Everything that we work for, everything that people do generationally is to make sure that our children are safe, that they're protected, that they have safe spaces to play in. And our Siyasazana initiatives have moved from just engaging at the school level.
Yes.
We've then partnered with the Department of Education. We've partnered with consumers. We've partnered with some of our trade partners. And we're going to be celebrating the installation of 1,000 playgrounds as one of our milestone moments. But this is just one step in everything that we've done from the school engagement program over the last at least 4 decades that I can remember, right?
Yeah.
And then over and above that, we're going to be taking it into providing teacher aid, parent aid. Sometimes kids are on school holidays and it's really hard to keep them engaged.
Yes.
But we want to be able to keep children cognitively engaged. We want to be able to keep children continuing to grow fine and gross motor skills and refine that so that, we create play as a channel by which we can get kids growing their potential and staying engaged.
So it's not just about actually doing something for the kids directly. It's also indirect support through the whole ecosystem, the whole village.
Absolutely. And we've chosen schools whereby consumers could vote to have schools that they thought were deserving. Get some of these playgrounds installed. We've partnered with the Department of Basic Education to help ECDs and primary schools that were most deserving in communities where it was difficult to get infrastructure to them. And then lastly, we've worked with our bakeries, our 13 bakeries around the country, to ensure that the area is closest to home. Because what does care mean, right? It means caring for those closest to you first and then extending that out. And that's how we've prioritized who we partner with and how we share.